right.
All right, awesome.
Got it.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to our Institute of Holistic Health Thursday training call. I am Paul Croto with all the IWH cool circles behind me, and that's Cheryl Morley.
Yep, that is. Hi there. With the lake behind me.
Yeah, you had a better background than I do.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
Just different.
Well, Cheryl, I'm super excited about the call today here.
Oh, man. I'm not sure. I mean, look, I love Mindset Monday and I love all the other calls that we do. But this call to me is, I think I'm the most excited about. I really am.
Yeah, it is crazy, crazy good. So let me go ahead and I'm going to copy this link and put it into the chat so everybody can have notes on this. So we're using Notion to put our notes into, and this is going to be an ongoing building thing that we'll be able to provide to you. So today we're going over why to build a business, and it's part of the Power of 5 course that John Maxwell has put together for network marketers. And it's on sale now. So if you didn't get it yet, I know a lot of you did, but there's if you click on that link at the very top, it says on sale now, click here. You click there, you can get it at a discounted rate, which is completely awesome. Although, had I paid $250 for this course and just got the first half, the first 20 minutes that we just listened to, I would have been like, well, that was worth $250 for sure. And actually, I would have owed him more money.
I agree.
It was that good.
I agree.
So,
yep.
You know, and this is where we're going to challenge you on a few things in your life, because our whole goal is to make you grow. And when you give up that certainty, that need for certainty in your life, and people put that need of certainty super high, they actually make their number one value security, which we're going to talk about later today. When you do that, you make it impossible to grow. So the only way to have happiness in life is to make progress.
Right now.
If you buy something new, like, oh, I got some new shoes, I got a new car, I got a new house, whatever. Cheryl's ecstatic, just bought a new truck. But how long does it take before that new truck's not new anymore? You know, not very long. And then we're back to square one. So when we feel the best in life, when we're the happiest, we're making progress somehow, some way in our lives. So when you have certainty as number one, and I just mentioned that the number one value of people is security, then you're stuck in your box. You don't want to leave this box, and you have no chance to make progress. So it's like these two values are hitting each other. So one side of you really wants to grow and do this, but the other side wants this certainty or this security. So we're going to teach you how to push that down so that you don't have that need for certainty and don't have a value of security. That should not be one of your values. And we're going to go into values big time here today. But to spend some money on a coaching course like this, or to spend money on a John Maxwell course for $75 or $150 or whatever the price is, it's just the growth you'll have is tremendous.
Life-changing.
So, yeah.
I'll just say life-changing, Paul, because that's what it is. It's life-changing. Even just this very first, and I love that it's 20 minutes, right? These are super short, but it's so funny because Paul and I were talking after we listened to it. We're like, okay, it would take 5 hours to go over John Maxwell's 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So
it took me an hour and a half just to write the notes out from a 20-minute recording. How could that be?
Super. The amount of info that's like in this first 20 minutes, and just like the difference that you can feel as we go through this, the difference that I'm feeling already, and I've done the first 20 minutes, is just incredible. So it's so exciting. I'm super excited. Yes, for me, but I'm even more excited for all of you, because I really do think that we are going to change as a community and as a group. And that's what I love.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. So for those of you that did buy the program, when you log into your back office of LeaderPass, there's all of the classes that we're going to be doing in a row. However, if you want to just watch the 20 minutes and not have to watch the little pieces, you go all the way down to the bottom and it says full video for like part. So it's Why We Build a Business Part 1 full video is 20 minutes long. You just watch the whole thing instead of watching the little pieces. So either way it works, but I thought it was very convenient to have those bigger videos at the bottom. So Cheryl, first question John brings up, should I build a health coaching business?
Yeah.
So what are the things that people should ask themselves if they're going to build a health coaching business, or when they're
Okay,
thinking of should they?
Okay, right. So I want you guys to think about this, because these are the questions that you're going to have to answer as you're deciding if this is what you want to do. Okay, so the very first question is, do you enjoy working with people and helping them elevate their life? So that's the very first question you're going to have to ask yourself. Do you even like people?
Yeah,
Because I personally know
this is
people
not good.
who don't like people.
Yeah.
I know people who don't like people. Okay, so if you don't love people and love helping them, not for you. That's okay, right? John says that's okay. He says, look,
Sure.
there are a million things that people can do, right? And these are super important that you're answering these questions so that you can be as successful as you want to be at this. Number 2, do you have any shot at being good at it? So think about that. Do you think you can be a good health coach? Like when you ask yourself, gosh, could I be a good health coach on a scale from 1 to 10? Well, if you're a -2, maybe not for you. That rhymed, Paul. How about that? Right?
Well, so like if
So you
like
have to think about.
let's
Go
just
ahead.
say I wanted to try out for American Idol.
Yes.
What are you laughing about, Carol?
No, I'm saying yes, that's a good idea.
When I say I have no shot, I mean I have no shot. Okay, I'm just never going to win. I'm never going to make the show. I wouldn't even make the bad list. I'll have the bad people come on first.
You might.
Yeah, I'm not even good enough to do that. So this question here for everybody is: do you have a shot at being good at this? Absolutely, because it's something you can learn. It's not something that comes with a talent or something. So the question, the answer to that question for all of you is absolutely. Could you be good at this? If you're willing to apply yourself and learn the skills and learn the things, then you can be great at this. And what's the third question, Cheryl?
The third one is my favorite, Paul. It really is. So the third one is will it make you a better person? That's easy for me to answer.
What's the answer, Cheryl?
Yes, of course. Anytime that you can help other people, I think that makes you a better person.
Yeah, and that makes, I know it makes Cheryl and I feel great. We can help you help other people become a better person. I mean, that's fantastic. So let's go over some key concepts that John talks about in this recording. I love this one, Cheryl. When you get better, your life gets better.
Yeah, I love that.
He's got these sentences that just make sense. It's a good thing. It's like if you were going to get like a tattoo, that would be a great tattoo to get. I'm not a tattoo guy myself. If you were, that would be a great line to pencil down there. When you get better, your life gets better.
Yeah, I love that one. And I really love the next one because I think that this next one is incredibly important for all of us.
Well, how do you get better,
So
Cheryl?
listen, if you want to be a better person, start with the inside of your life and not the outside. So you have to look inside, right? And I love that. And that is so true. I have found that in my own life. I have looked on the outside for years and years, and it really is all about turning to the inside and getting to know yourself and starting there. Absolutely.
Yeah, I mentioned my favorite Dwayne Dyer story. I know it's yours too, Cheryl, where he's in, he loses his keys and he's in his house looking around, can't find them, but it's completely dark in the house. But he looks outside and he sees that there's a street light on. So he goes outside and he's under the street light. He's looking for his keys. So his neighbor comes out and says, "Hey, Dwayne, what's going on here?" He's like, "Well, I lost my keys." So he's like, "Oh, I'll help you find them." So they're looking around for the keys. The neighbor goes, I don't see them out here at all. Where did you drop them? And Dwayne says, "Well, I dropped my keys in the house." And the neighbor goes, "Well, why are we out here outside looking for your keys if you dropped dropped them in the house?" It's just because there was a light out here. So we have to go inside and look for what the problem is. It's super difficult. It's always easier to go on the outside and say, "Oh, it's that, it's that, it's that, it's my spouse, it's this, it's that," and it could be a million things. That's never the problem. The problem is always 100% of the time on the inside. So it's tough for us to all grasp because I like to have the attitude nothing's wrong with me. But the truth is that I have to go inside and fix things. So we all do. And it's all a journey. It's never like you made it. You know, it's a constant battle your whole life.
Yeah.
What's the next one, Cheryl?
You have to be something before you can do something. I love that one. And that's and the way I look at that, Paul, is you have to be something. And for me, it's be a health coach, right? So as you are a health coach, yeah, as you become a certified health coach, you can go out and do something, which is help other people. So I love that.
Yeah, and this is the reason why we built the entire program. Is because of this one sentence. I mean, everyone here at Youngevity, really, Cheryl and I thought everyone knew everything that we knew, but they don't. They just joined yesterday, some people, or today. So we have to help people learn this information so that they can go out and help other people.
Yep. Okay, and the next one, when people learn and live with good values, they become more valuable. I love that. And I'm super excited to talk about the values that John talked about. It was unbelievable. It was really so good about how important, I guess, like the most important thing are the values that you have and the values that you live by. I love that.
Yeah, it'll really dictate the direction of your entire life, what order you put these values in and what values you have. So we want to go over these, and once we get these values in the right order, we can help you become more valuable.
Yes. What's the next one, Paul?
Vision is all about where we are and where we need to go. And the second part of that is that values is all about who we are and who we need to become. So, I want to make, I know a lot of people, they fill out their weekly reviews, they want to make 10,000 a month or 20,000 a month. But to make that kind of money, you have to become the type of person who is worth $100,000 a year or $200,000 a year. Once you become that type of person, then make it simple. So again, it's working on the inside and making yourself valuable. You took the course, you made yourself better. You have all this information inside of you now that nobody else in the world has. And it's the most valuable health information in the whole world. So you became super valuable by doing this. And now by you consistently taking the right actions every single day, you will become that type of person that's worth whatever amount of money that you want to earn per month.
I love that, Paul. And the next one that I just really love this because John asked the question, do I think you should become a network marketer? Or do you think that you should become a health coach? And I love that because he said, yes, the simple answer is yes. And that is because we are people of value who add value to others, right? So we're people of value who add value to other people. And I love that, Paul. I think that is so cool. That's because literally that is who we are.
Yeah.
Like at the very core, that's who we are.
Yeah. And the next one,
Yeah, I
better
love
people
that.
have better values. Just flat out the truth. Better people have better values. So it all comes down to what values, what do we value in life?
Yeah. And Paul, the next one, I was kind of, I don't know. I don't know if I was shocked, but it was interesting to me to find out because this question here, how are we going to become a better person on the inside? Like, how are we going to do that? And I'm like, oh, step one, step two, I need my steps. I need to know what to do. And he is so interesting because he was saying very simply, get around the right people. If you want to be a better person, you have to get around better people. And you guys, who is our community filled with? Who's our IWH community is filled with better people, right? I mean, I see this every day. I meet new people every single day, and they cannot hold a candle to what we're up to, right? They just can't. And so I just love that. I love that it's that simple, Paul. It's just like, yeah, well, get around better people.
Yeah, I'm not sure if John Maxwell went to Unleash the Power Within or Tony Robbins went to John Maxwell's course, but they say the exact same thing. So whoever you're around is who you're going to become. So you got to pick the right people to be around, you know, and Cheryl and I, we work hard on ourselves to be that role model and to be that person that sets these values in the right order, sets the standards at a certain level, and that just goes out into the whole community. And as Cheryl said, we have the best community in the world. It's all people who love each other. We're all here to support each other. We're all here to get better. We're all here to help other people get better. I mean, it is just fantastic. I mean, it can go on and on and on about all the benefits of this community and what we do here as health coaches. So it's fantastic, and you become a valuable person because you got into a community that taught good values. So we have to be a community that teaches good values. Love that. You become a valuable person, more valuable person, because you got into a community that taught good values. So Cheryl, let's talk about our values. What are our values here at the Institute of Holistic Health? And I don't see Cheryl here.
Paul.
Yeah, let me go tell you. So our number one value, super shocking. You would never, ever guess it. Health. We care about health more than anything else. So when someone says, I don't have the money for this, do they value money or they value health? They value money, and they're wrong. So they have a value problem is what they have. But here we don't have a value problem. We understand that the most important thing in the world, the number one value, is your health. If you don't believe me, just go ask someone who's 6 feet underground. And they'll tell you that, boy, I wish I made health a higher value.
Yeah.
What's our second value?
That is
Cheryl?
true. Our second value is people, right? So it is, yeah, it really is. And I love this. Let me think of, hold on one second. I'm going to tell you guys one thing that really stuck out to me in the little leadership thing that we just listened to. Okay, so one of John's favorite questions to ask people is, what is the most important thing that you've ever learned and why, or whatever. So he talks a little bit about this, and this is what he says, that the most important thing that he ever learned, and his dad told him when he was like, I think 21 or 22 years old, and this has to do with people, right? He said that you have to value people, you have to believe in people, and you have to unconditionally love people. So that's what he said. And I absolutely love that because I think that that's so true. And that is why I think, Paul, that our value of people is so high on our list. Number two, in fact, that's high.
Yeah. No, I mean, that was such a great story that John told about his father because,
Yeah.
he taught him that said he was like 22 or something. And,
Yep. 22.
all these years he's lived by these three saying,
Yeah. Over
ve-
50 years, he's lived by, this is the best. This is the most important thing that someone has ever told him.
yeah, that's a great question to ask. What's the best advice you ever got in your life?
Yeah.
And for this guy, who's the best leader, he's not the best leadership coach in the world. He's
The only.
the only one, really. Yeah, a good way of putting it. Yeah.
Really. Yeah. He's fantastic.
So when you ask him a question like, "What's the most valuable advice you've ever gotten in your life?" and he tells you those things, that is gold. So I got to actually put that in our notes here. I don't know how I left that out, but I'll put that in there. So valuing people every day, believing in people every day, unconditionally loving people is great.
Yep.
So number 3, Cheryl, what's our third value here?
Freedom. Boy, it's high. Those top 3, I may have to kind of interchange them.
Yeah, I know. I wanted to put freedom first, but
really freedom, you guys, and really it's in every aspect of our lives, right? But to be able to, I was just thinking about this today as Paul and I were kind of chatting this morning, but the freedom that I have is really, I really cherish it. I hold it so dear because, I was just talking to my sister and she was just telling me a little bit about, they changed the way that they can take vacation time at her husband's work. And so it's a little bit harder. It's not quite the same. COVID's done this, COVID's done that, and all of these different things. And I said, gosh, and it just makes me so grateful for the freedom that we have as health coaches because, not everybody else has that, do they? I mean, it's not even, someone's always telling you what to do, how to do, or why to do, or whatever, right? And so to have that freedom is just, it's just unbelievable and so gratifying to be able to do that as we build our health coaching businesses.
Yeah, to have the freedom to do whatever you want, buy whatever you want, whenever you want to, with whoever you want to, is priceless. I mean, it is the best thing in the world. So we really want, and there's so many people in super bad situations that are stressed out of their skull that need freedom in their life because they're just too overwhelmed. So this will get you there.
Yes, number 4. This is a good
number
one.
4, Cheryl.
Personal growth. And that goes right along with the little thing we were talking about earlier. Become more valuable so you can add more value to others. If you have nothing to give, how on earth are you going to be able to help someone? Right? If you're empty inside, you're not going to be able to help anyone else. And so I think that's why it's so important to turn within and become that person so that you can turn around and share that with others so that they too can do the same thing. So I think it's so important to add value or to become valuable, yourself through personal growth so that you can do the same for others.
Yeah, it's so great. I mean, we're going to become obsessed with personal growth in this community. That we're just growers. And the number one thing we grow is ourselves. Because once we can grow ourselves, we can grow anything else. So that's the cool thing about personal growth. That definitely starts with yourself. So what's number 5, Cheryl?
5 is one of our favorites. That is attitude. So what is your attitude? We need high energy. This is your state. This is the positive state. You need to be in a positive state. We talk so much about the energy that you need to have, the way that you need to show up, the state that you need to be in. And the reason why is because I really believe that attitude and the way that you react or act towards something or someone makes all the difference in the world. It really does.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we talk about this all the time, that having that huge state, being in the yes zone that we talked about on Monday, is that, you know, you just have to be in that yes zone to have success. If you're in a doubt zone or fear zone, no chance of success. So your attitude is critical, and that's why we have such a high value here.
And I love the absolutely certain, Paul. I didn't want to skip that. I didn't say that too, that I think is so important, is that you need to feel, you need to have the self-confidence and be absolutely certain that this is where you need to be. This is it. These are the products that can change people's lives. This is the program that can change people's lives. This, you know, all of those things you need to be certain about. And I think too, Paul, another thing that we need to be absolutely certain about is ourselves, and that we have the training and the knowledge and the wherewithal to do the things that we need to do to help others.
Absolutely. I love that. Love that. Love that. Love that. What is number 6?
Yes, it is goals. Right. And I love that. And I used to be like, and you guys know, right? I used to not want to write down my goals because I didn't want to disappoint myself. Right. That's really true. I did not want to disappoint myself. But here's the great thing about this. We put down goals. And what we mean by that is we are 100% result orientated, right? So we want results. We get results. We have every intention, and our intention is to get results. And that to me feels so much better than just saying, well, I'm going to set a goal, right? Because when I just think about setting a goal, then my mind goes into all these other things like, well, how am I going to make that happen? How is that going to happen? How's this going to work? But it's really all about setting that intention and then expecting the results that we want. Yeah. And then by expecting them, then we get them. So I love that whole idea of setting goals.
Yeah, absolutely. And it starts with the health score. So the very first goal in all of our lives here is, what's the goal for your health score? You know, in the standard, we like this number 90 here. 90 essential nutrients, 90 health score, like 90 or above. That's what we want here. So that's a result, you know. And then the other result, as far as the business goes, we're looking for is to become a CAR qualified 1-star executive and create 9 people who do the same thing to become 1-star CAR qualified 1-star executives. So that's the result. That's the goal we have. Every single one of us has the exact same goal, which is super cool. And we're laser focused on that.
Yeah, I think it helps, Paul, when there's a whole community of people with the same goal, because I think that we support each other, we lift each other up, we help each other, and we are there for each other. And the thing I love about it is the people who have already attained that, and they're moving on to you know, step 2 or step 3. Well, they're there to support and to help and to guide everyone else in the community coming along. So I love it. It's like it's so much better than being by yourself.
Absolutely. The community is everything, as we mentioned time and time again. Number 7.
Number 7, influence. So leadership is influence. Nothing more, nothing less. And I don't know about you, Paul, but that kind of, that to me took a lot of stress off. Like leadership. Oh my gosh. Well, what is that? Well, am I, you know, this, that, I don't know, up, down, all around. I wasn't ever sure, but by looking at it as leadership is influence, nothing more, nothing less. There you go. It's that simple. I love it because things are just put so simply that it helps me move into the things that I need to do, right? The goals that I can achieve, the things that I have set, the intentions that I've set for myself. It just helps me move into that and get that done so much easier, because these things just are like, oh, well, influence is, you know, leadership is influence.
Yeah,
that's it.
Absolutely. And really want everyone to do now in the chat. I'm a little scared of this, but please put in there what you think we're influencing people to do. So what are we influencing people to do?
I'm a little scared of that. Okay, Paul, that cracks me up. Well, okay, I like what Becky said. Be fabulous.
Someone's got to get this right. Becca, put the right answer in. Join us. All great. I mean, don't get me wrong. All these are great answers. Everyone's typing in. They're fantastic. But there's one correct answer to this question. What do we influence people to do? Follow us. Just say, follow me. Everyone type in the thing, follow me. That's what you're influencing people to do. You're the leader and you want people to follow you. Whatever you do, you want them to do. Kind of like follow the leader. You know, leader says, oh, no, it's Simon says. Simon says, touch your head. You want everyone touching their head. So the whole thing is to get everyone to follow you.
See what I mean, Paul? Super simple. It's super simple, right? And but I'll tell you, the important thing is that I've learned over the years is you better know where you're going, because
not only that, but you better know, you better be doing the right things too.
Well, that's what I mean. Because let me tell you, remember, I had a lot of people following me. Remember when I was just out there doing who knows what, but I was just like excited and I know these products work, and I was 100% certain about a number of things, and a lot of people were following me. But the problem is that if you can't train them or teach them how to do the things that you've done, then just never mind, because it's not going to work. You cannot say, oh, just do what I did, if you're not even sure what you did. And I think that's so important, because that's what I love about the health coaching program is whatever you're doing, the people that are going to follow you are going to do the exact same thing. And you need to be doing what we have already laid out for you. That's what I love about it. I was just thinking about that this morning, like how grateful I am that when new people come in, I'm like, oh, go right here and do this and do that. No, you're set. Get into the community, and we're here to support you and train you every single day. And they're just like, oh my gosh. But just remember that I do think that that's so important, that you have to be able to, show them the way, I guess.
Absolutely. And be the way, and
Yeah.
be the example yourself that other people are going to follow.
Absolutely. Number 8,
great.
Paul.
What's number 8? Elevate 8, number 8.
Nope, that's yours. That's yours, Paul.
Oh, you're going to turn that over to the Marine, huh?
Yes, I am.
Self-discipline. My favorite. So it's, we value self-discipline. It's about doing the right thing all the time. And I love, Cheryl did a speech, and I had like as you know, like a magic morning that I do every day. And I have, while I'm working out, there's a playlist I make of videos to watch while I'm running on the treadmill or doing the elliptical or something. And one of the videos in my playlist is a video that Cheryl played about an Under Armour commercial.
Yes, Michael Phelps.
Yeah. And at the end of the video, it says, it's what you do in the dark that puts you in the light. So all of those months and months and months of training, years of training, he put in to swim for like 10 seconds. I mean, it's
Yep.
crazy short. I was just watching the Olympic trials yesterday or day before in swimming. I mean, these people have been training for years and years and years to qualify to be the Olympic team. And they missed it by a millimeter.
1/100th of a second.
Yeah.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
So it's super important to stay self-disciplined and do the right things every single day, fill out your sheets. If you stay self-disciplined, you'll be successful. And I know, Cheryl, you mentioned this before, that self-discipline is the key to freedom, which was a little difficult for you to grasp in the beginning, but
Listen, I think that just sounds so weird. I can't even believe it. Freedom equals self-discipline. What on earth does that mean? I mean, discipline does not equal freedom to me, to moi. I was thinking, what on earth? Freedom means run around and do whatever you want, whenever you want to do it, right? But no, there's got to be a little more to it, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, it's self-discipline. And so I love that.
yeah, self-discipline is the
I've
key
come
to freedom.
around.
See, I love that, Becca.
I've come around. Okay, number 9, Paul.
Oh, I love this. So my favorite leadership quote is, so the number 9 is inspiration. So if your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, you are a leader. So I literally have this on my vision board. I have a big picture of this quote, and I'm asking myself, like, every moment of every day, am I inspiring others to dream more, to learn more? So to have 100 some people watching this live and watching the videos, it really moves me because I've inspired you to learn more by coming to this, to do more, to not just say, my life's okay, I'm average, no, ordinary.
I'm fine.
We don't want to be there. We want to be extraordinary. We want to go from fine to fabulous, as Cheryl talks about. Become more, to do more and then become more. That you become more now. You're now a certified holistic health coach, and we want you to move up the ranks here to where you start off at a CAR qualified 1-star and move on to 2-star and 3-star and 4-star and continue to become more. But it's inspiring others to do that. That's true leadership, not just in yourself, but inspiring others to do it is the real key. And last but not least, Cheryl.
Oh my gosh, I love this one. And I don't know as I would have thought that it would be a big value, but it really is. And it's sewing. And I thought, sewing, my goodness, I was like the worst sewer. I like sewed a dress for the 4-H fair, and it was so dang bad. So I'm thinking, no, not sewing. I don't want to sew. No, but it's sewing. So when you sow seeds, you reap a harvest. So, and I love this, Paul, like all of the different videos, like the little 10-minute videos that we watch, like Heart of a Champion and Mindset Warrior and Samurai and all of these different things, and about the lion in the jungle, all of these different things that I listen to. What I have noticed is a lot of times at the start, they talk about how hard it is and the things that you have to go through and the obstacles that you have to overcome. But it's all about sowing these seeds. You have to sow seeds. You've got to do something in order to reap a harvest, right? Because what are you going to reap if you don't sow anything? Right? There won't be anything there. You can't just have this is what I heard, one that really sticks out to me. The laws of the universe say you have to sow something to reap it, right? You can't just do nothing and expect something in return. And so I think that I always remember that. I always am like, how much am I sowing? How hard am I working? How am I, I talk a lot to people about really that you have to do a lot if you expect a lot, right? So if you expect to make $10,000, $20,000 a month, there are certain things that you have to do. And that's just a law. That's, that's not anything else. That's just like a law of the universe. So I love that, Paul. I just think it's so important to remember that if you have huge dreams and goals of what you want, there's some things that there's some, I guess, some seeds that need to be sown for you to get to that point. And I love that because it's just, if that's the case, then let's start sowing some seeds because that's all it takes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, people come to us
I love
every
it.
single day and they just say, my paycheck's not going up. I'm not reaping any kind of harvest here. So the first thing Cheryl and I ask them is, have you planted any seeds? Or how many seeds have you planted? And the answer is always 0. If you plant seeds, you'll get a harvest. So, and what we mean by planting seeds here is touching people. We just talked about going on there and liking, loving comments, making comments, sending messages. All these things we do, every single touch we do is planting a seed. So the more touches, the more seeds are out there. And when you get all this going, you're just planting all these seeds and 10, 20 seeds a day with all the touches you're doing. Those, every single time you touch, just imagine in your mind, it's another seed I planted, another seed I planted, another seed I planted. And over time, you wonder how does Cheryl have this enormous harvest all of a sudden? Well, she planted a gazillion seeds.
Over 25 years.
Over 25 years, yeah. You get a big harvest.
Yeah.
Super simple concept. Just got to plant the seeds.
Yep.
And Cheryl, this last part, it really moved me because whenever, John comes to me and says, what do you want the end to look like? How does this all end? And so Cheryl and I, we have to look at this and ask ourselves, what, at the end, if you, all of you would say something about this program, it would be this sentence, that I chose a path that made me better on the inside, which enabled me to elevate the outside world, to elevate other people. So we want all of you to be able to say that I chose this path. I joined this Institute of Holistic Health. And that made me better on the inside. This whole program we put together with all the classes we teach and everything that we do, which enabled me to elevate the outside world and all the people in the world. So that's our dream, that's our hope. And we want all of you to be able to say that in the end.
Yeah, I love that, Paul. And I love that whole idea because I really believe that by being able to say this and do these different things, each one of us will feel fulfilled, and will feel at peace and will feel joy. And I think those things, there's nothing like that in the world to feel those things, nothing at all. Those are the things that I believe each one of us at the core of our hearts and our souls really want to feel. We want to feel fulfilled. We want to feel peace, and we want to feel joy. And I believe that if you can say this sentence at the end, then those are the things that you will be feeling. And that's the way that each of us and in our community here, we can live our lives like that. And I feel so blessed to be able to do that. I feel so blessed for each of you, and that we're all together as a community and able to move forward in changing, really, you guys, it's changing our lives so that we can change the world. And that's what I love. I mean, I know that's kind of cliche a little bit, but I really believe that. I honestly believe that if each of us change our lives, the ripple effect that will go out and touch other people in the world, and they'll touch other people, they'll touch other people. I mean, it will be unbelievable. It is unbelievable now, but I mean, I just think that what's coming, Paul, is very exciting.
Yeah, there's a harvest coming for sure.
It is. Yes.
So cool.
I love it.
we would love to hear from anyone that wants to make a quick comment about anything we've said today, something that they heard in the recording that touched them, that would help the community here. We read all your comments here. We thank you for all the comments, wonderful comments that you've made in the chat. They were just absolutely wonderful and touched Cheryl and I tremendously. But
Natalie.
let's go to Natalie.
Yeah.
There we go. Hi. This is just so amazing. I think the gift to give is we've come from many different backgrounds. Some of us a little late in life, I'm 63 and we're doing this over. We're making a new life. But you know what? It's okay because we all bring from our past, even the bad things have a place because that's how we grow. And wherever we came from, whatever gifts we have learned we have, that's exactly what we need. I can't be a Paul, I can't be a Cheryl, but I can be part of this community where we get to know each other. I get to say help when I need something because Lord knows I don't have it all. But that's the whole part of this, as love who you are because that's where you start. And it's great. I think today listening to this is connection. John Maxwell was part of my educational background in early childhood, setting the foundation for children to grow. Being in leadership, teaching now teachers to do that. And then when that chapter closed, I thought, what am I supposed to do? But this is just goosebumps. Sorry, I didn't expect that.
We really appreciate that,
To
Natalie.
see this all come together. This is exactly the moment it's for. And so it is hard. I'm not where I want to be, but I'm not going to give up. But that's that, we talk about that attitude. My family hurts. And we've heard this in all of our leadership things. They hurt for us when we're not moving and succeeding. But if I can remember to bring the attitude of grace and gratefulness and don't give up, it gives them hope too. And so, very much on the inspirational part today, but that's what to me makes sense is seeing things of my past make sense that are very ready for now. So this is going to be an amazing trip with John Maxwell and Paul and Cheryl. You guys have created this community that just continues to just be amazing. So thank you. Bravo. We
Thank
love
you.
guys.
Yay, Natalie. Thank you so much. That was
You're welcome.
wonderful. Okay, Karen, I think you're up, and then we have Caroline. So Karen and then Caroline.
Wow, now you gave me chills. The whole call gave me chills. Just first wanted to thank you and Paul just for continuing to help this community grow. As you know, I am a purpose development coach, and I'm working on this health coach journey. At one point, I was really trying to decide if this was really for me. And I was listening to John Maxwell, and he said, you want to love what you do, and in that find the strength in what you do. And I truly believe that the seed that's within me is to be a leader, is to help people grow towards better health and wellness. And me taking ownership on what I'm going to do about it, how I'm going to get there, and what am I going to do to get there, and believing that I can do that and will do that, because I am just so, I'm passionate, but I'm also mad at me because I know there's so many people that I can help. And I just want to help them so much grow towards having a better life, with all the values that you live to here, better life, being able to love people, serve people, just being that person that's going to be that life changer. And I just really have to work on that. And I know I believe it, but now I have to put it into action. And I just really thank you for this, because you just really instilled in me that this is what I want to do, but I just need to move forward with what I wanted to do, because I didn't know if that was it, but this is it.
Yeah.
And I'm just ready to move forward. Thank you.
So great.
Appreciate
So
you,
great.
everybody.
Glad to hear today did that for you.
I love that. Yeah, I absolutely love that. And Karen, I love that you know that, right? I mean, and that's how each of us are. We have so many people that we can help, right? All of us, not just me, not just you. The people that are going to hear it from Karen are probably not going to hear it from Cheryl or Paul, right? Or from Cindy or from Caroline, or right? Every single one of us is just as important as the other one, right? Because all of us are going to be able to reach and help different people. So I love that. All right, sorry, I got off on my little, I'm getting excited here. Okay, Caroline, Debbie, and then Yvonne. So Caroline.
Yes, ma'am. Hello. I know you love quotes. So I found this one that he had mentioned in there by James Allen from As a Man Thinketh, where men are anxious to improve their circumstances, but are unwilling to improve themselves. They therefore remain bound. And that was just where he threw that in the talk, and just knowing that if you're not going to improve yourself, you are stuck there. And it's like you said, a combination between that and Tony Robbins. I don't know who learned what from whom, but
yeah,
that is the message.
yeah.
That so that's just
Very cool. That's a great.
I love that,
didn't
Caroline.
that quote in notes, but I did write that quote down in my notes, and it super powerful book too, by the way, if you're going to read a book. That's in the top 5.
Thank you, Caroline.
You're welcome.
That is awesome.
Thank you, guys.
Love it. Oh, okay, Debbie.
Hi, you guys. I gotta say that I've been on a journey of personal growth for a while, and I just love what John Maxwell's doing, and the values that he, lists, and the ones that you captured. Because I've always been, when I was told certain things by a nurse, I've always been inspired or spurred on to share the message. And I am doing it now. I have, my problem was time, that it's not going to be that way anymore. And because I've changed my outlook on what time is. And also my son's going off to college and my life is changing.
That'll help.
But I feel so fulfilled and passionate about what I do. I was at a networking meeting yesterday, and I must have been this person that was, we were talking about how to improve our businesses, and I was coming out with all the stuff I've learned to help them improve their business, and also show and tell, and they were inspired by my story of my health transformation too. So it was a fabulous, meeting, and being able to be with people for the first time in California.
So cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is awesome. Thank you so much, Debbie. How fantastic.
Yeah.
All right, wonderful. Okay, Yvonne. Hi there.
Hi, good afternoon. So excited to hear what you and Paul are working on. I have had the opportunity to have some training from John Maxwell, both personally as well as some of the gurus, that he has brought up. And one of those gurus has written a book called Launching a Leadership Revolution. If you haven't read it, it is, well, I believe it was on the 50 or 30 most, best-selling leadership books. But in it, he starts off and they talk about everyone is called upon to lead at some capacity sooner or later in their life, whether it's a big issue or for some it's a small issue. And leadership does require change. I love what you guys are doing here. And sometimes leadership is for a moment. If all we have right now is customers and clients, well, those are the ones that are, we're earning that income from. And, leadership is something that we should continue to strive for. And so just, really excited, not just strive for, but better understand how to utilize it, because it starts with us. Mm-hmm. And it is part of the program that I used when I was in the military was, John Maxwell's. And so just to see you here doing this, and yeah, I'm just really excited. Thank you so very much for the community. And I'm trying to use the community to grow myself, to grow my business, and just wanted to share that you know, even for those of you that don't have a full team yet, you've got clients, lead your family in those big and or small issues. We're all called upon to be a leader at some point or another. So step into it.
Outstanding.
I
Thank you
love
so
that,
much for saying.
Yvonne.
So that was
Yeah.
a Leadership Revolution. That's the book you mentioned?
It's called Launching a Leadership Revolution, and it's actually based on John Maxwell's many of his teachings. You will totally recognize what's in there. They kind of, you know, made it their own, so to speak, but they were personally and still personally mentored with John Maxwell.
So cool. Definitely gonna get that book. Thank you so much for that recommendation and for those comments.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
All right, Cheryl, we're at the
Thank
top of the
you.
hour. You got any closing comments?
I just want to say one thing. I loved what Yvonne said about that we are all asked and called upon to be leaders at some time. So you guys, when we are and as we are, let's work on ourselves so that we can be ready, right? I just want each of us to be ready for those times when the time does come, no matter what the capacity is. I think that's absolutely true, but just be and feel ready. So I'm excited, Paul. This was awesome. Thank you guys so much for all of your comments. I know that Paul and I absolutely love each of you, and we are so grateful that you're here with us in this community and going through this leadership course with us. And I am super excited, Paul. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I'm super excited too. And just to have, like, I know one of the things that you and I were talking about before the call was how much we love doing these programs with other people and growing together, being on this journey together as a community. So we do the Deb Erickson Monday morning. We're doing, you know, a course that we all are doing together and going through and discussing it and growing every single week. We add something new and we grow from that. And then to have these Thursdays with John Maxwell now, and we're all growing together, you know, and that's this community when we are all on the same page and growing together, the sky's the limit. I mean, we can go as high as we want and create the most unbelievable community ever put together here. I just continually to focus on the growth. And of course, that growth is going to land up in growth of your business, growth of your family, growth of you, and everything in your life is going to elevate. So thank you everybody for coming today. We'll get this recording up and we gave you the notes. We'll make sure you get the notes are attached to it so you can refer back to these, and we will see you on, have a wonderful weekend, first of all. And we'll see you Monday for Mindset Monday. And then we're going to be back here next Thursday doing part 2. Can't believe it was just part 1, but part 2 of this Why to Build a Business lesson. So looking forward to that, Cheryl.
Yes, I cannot wait. Bye, you guys. Have a great weekend.
Have a great weekend, everybody.
See you.